Obviously, it goes without saying, Lance Armstrong was done for doping in 2012 in what is now known as probably the most globally recognised doping case in sporting history. However, just as this whole thing started to go down, Lance had got into professional triathlon and looked pretty damn good at it, to say the least. Did he have the potential to become a world champion and a great at the sport? Well, his numbers and results were pretty damn impressive, and this question truly fascinates me. Before I crack on, I just wanted to say, I obviously don't condone or agree with what he did, but think this is just a really interesting debate, and what I found truly shocked me in total honesty. Lance raced 5 Ironman 70.3 events before finally being banned by USADA, the United States Anti-Doping Agency. His first event, Ironman 70.3 Hawaii, he actually won, but there were a few things that really surprised me and stuck out. Firstly, he swam 23 minutes and 22 seconds with a 1.9 kilometre swim, averaging 1:13 per 100 metres, so he was not hanging around and had some serious swim speed, right up there with the top guys in the sport, which put him only 5 seconds behind the lead swimmer. Now, considering he'd come from a professional cycling background, one would expect his swim to seriously lack, but this was just not the case at all. Growing up, Lance had pursued triathlon and done competitive swimming, and clearly he'd kept and maintained some really nice swim form from when he was younger. Usually when an athlete transitions to triathlon from another sport, it is the swim efficiency that massively lets them down, but this was just not the case here, which in my opinion gave Armstrong a serious edge, especially considering his bike pedigree and the fact that he was in a league of his own in this discipline. Lance's results were remarkably consistent during his short racing career, with decent swims followed by leading on the bike, setting some course records in this discipline, obliterating his closest competition. In Hawaii, he biked 2 hours and 1 minute for the 90 kilometres, putting over 3 minutes into second place and 7 into third and fourth, averaging 44 kilometres an hour or just under 28 miles per hour. Pretty damn fast. In Florida again, he biked 2:01, but putting 10 minutes this time into second place, quite literally leaving all competition behind him. In this race, he clocks a 1:15 for the half marathon as well, off the bike, averaging 3:35 per kilometre, and had both the fastest bike and run splits of the day, winning the race by over 11 minutes in a time of 3 hours 45. During the 2012 triathlon race season, it's the vast improvement we saw that was truly impressive. As at Hawaii, his first ever 70.3, he ran a 1:22, so to be able to take 7 minutes off this in Florida is pretty mind-boggling and rapid progression, especially considering he was already at a good standard. Granted, course conditions etc. may have played a part, but regardless, this is still an insane level of progress to see. Out of the 5 70.3 races he entered, he podiumed in 4, won 2, and came 7th in the other. Not bad for a rookie season in the scheme of things. During this season, Lance raced Andy Potts, the 70.3 world champion from 2007, who has had 70 career wins and raced the 2004 Summer Olympics, so clearly he was a world-class triathlete who could now be considered a great at the sport. In this race, he only finished 3.5 minutes behind him, pretty much losing all the time on the run portion of the race, an aspect in my opinion which isn't too hard to improve in with some good consistent run training, versus say the swim, which is notoriously hard to see big gains in as you get older, due to it being down to technical efficiency versus just doing good consistent training sessions. It is clear the talent was there, he wasn't having to make up huge swim deficits on the bike, his riding quality was unmatched in the triathlon scene, as you'd expect, he just had everything, and with a little bit of time, I genuinely believe it would be reasonable to assume he would have achieved great things in the sport and become a world champion, especially in the longer stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Could he have been a great? And as always, if you've enjoyed the video, drop it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.